There we go. Got to go make some more coffee in a second. My goodness. Went through that quickly. Good morning, everybody. Oh, welcome to Stiffler Manufacturing. This is Robert. And just showing off some of our slides here. We have our President's Day sale going on. It is the weekend and it ends on Tuesday. Tuesday will be the last day for it. Might roll over into Wednesday a little bit until we get into the shop to turn the code off. But we're doing 15% off all of our slides, stripped slides, complete slides, different colors, doesn't matter. 15% off all slides. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? If you're new to Stiffler Manufacturing, we've been doing this for a little over 3 years now. Just did SHOT Show in Las Vegas last month. We just did a local gun show in Arizona yesterday. We were over there with Desert Armory and more. Great meeting him out there. We make everything out of 17-4 stainless steel. We don't use blanks. We mill everything from bar stock. We do all the Cerakote work in-house. So there is no third party. We do it all ourselves. Don't have to send them off to be heat treated. It's beautiful 17-4. Don't have to send it off to be Cerakoted. We do that ourselves. Got our own paint booth. And everything comes Trijicon RMR flat optic cut ready with aluminum RMR cover plates. Designed for the Gen 3 Glock 19 and Glock 17. We're still working on the 26 and 43. We've got ported, standard. Parts kits are from SCT. Barrels are ELD Performance, 416R stainless steel. And we've got black titanium nitride and copper PVD. We should have rainbow PVD barrels coming in sometime soon. But good morning, everybody. How are you all on this beautiful, beautiful Arizona day? That's where we're based out of. On this particular one here that I have on the turntable is a Stiffler Manufacturing SM19 Turbo Slide in OD camo. We did all the Cerakote work there ourselves. Has a ported barrel from ELD Performance, an SCT Manufacturing upper parts kit, and that is a Siley Optics Wolf X Pro red dot on the top there. Siley Optics actually sent us these red dots to try out on our slides to see if they work. And they do. This one here has a good 900 rounds through it. And we can even show some of the Cerakote wear too. Some people ask if it holds up. And you can see it right here. Right along the line here, holster wear. And after 900 rounds, carrying it around, going to the range, going out to the desert, I think that's still pretty good. A little bit of holster wear here, right along here. A little bit of metal contact wear from shooting. And it might be a little bit hard to see, but you can see some of the carbon and some of the char from shooting a ported barrel there. But even still, the undercarriage looks pretty good. Now, granted, shooting ported barrels, you are going to strip that undercarriage a little faster than normal than if you're using a standard barrel. That's just the nature of it, but the outside will still look just fine. Here's another one we did that we've also test fired. And you can see contact wear where the rails would go. Any sort of metal contact, that's where you're seeing the wear. But the exterior, this is an H series gold Cerakote. The exterior still looks good. And by all means, if you have questions, comments, feel free to ask. We're real free form in here. Do my best to answer what I can. We are veteran owned and operated. My personal background, myself, Robert, with Stiffler Manufacturing. 10 years military, private security. Did a lot of 2A political advocacy a few years back. Letter writing campaigns, talking to politicians, things like that. Shooting competitions. Firearms instruction. You know, basic marksmanship, gun safety, things like that. Other members of Stiffler Manufacturing, also military veterans, Army, Marine Corps, Navy. One prior law enforcement, used to work for a sheriff's department. And all of us in different capacities, you know, firearms from military or from law enforcement instruction or shooting competitions. So that's our background. Does that mean we know everything? No, no. Not everybody knows everything. Anybody who says they do, they're BSing you. But yep, we've been in business for over 3 years now. And we've been making these slides in Arizona from 17-4 stainless steel, doing all the milling work ourselves. We work with distributors and vendors. We've got Optics Planet, Delta Team Tactical, Davidson Defense, MMC Armory, No Quarter Innovations, Moriarty Armament, 3CR Tactical, MDX Arms. A lot of different businesses that we're working with to varying capacities. How are you all this fine Sunday? Last month was definitely a little wild, doing SHOT Show in Las Vegas. That's our second time going. We're planning on going again next year. Got to meet and talk with a lot of different companies. Gideon Optics, great people. Grit Grips, you know, they make frames. Vector Optics. A lot of the businesses we're already dealing with. Gideon Optics, SCT Manufacturing, got to talk with them directly. That was pretty cool. Little shout out to Ghost Dad Tactical. I'm checking out his Ecto-Lube. It's been working pretty great when we go to the range. And full disclosure, I mentioned it earlier, but these optics back here, Siley sent us those for free for testing. So I have tested the Wolf X Pro out. I got 900 rounds through it so far. It's working great. I've beat it on stuff. I've tossed it in the gravel, tossed it onto concrete. Holds at 0, keeps going. I still need to test out the EDG, though. Yep, the EDG still needs a good test. probably dump another like 300 rounds through this one here. Our SM19 Turbo. And then I'll probably swap over to the Wolf EDG. Oh, I need to plan another range day out into the Arizona desert. We could do a lot more. There's a local range, but we can't do as many recordings as we'd like. They've got some rules, and they've got some rules for some good reasons. Some people did some dumb stuff. Thankfully, they do let us record and a few others because we're businesses, but we're still limited on what we can do and how we can do it. Yep, these are compatible with the Gen 3 Glock 19 and Glock 17. And we are working on, in the background, we are working on the Glock 26 for Gen 4 and the 43 and 43X. Hope to have those out by the end of first quarter. Now, there's a lot of vendors, a lot of gun shops that want to get their hands on some aftermarket 26s and some 43s. So we're pushing towards the end of first quarter and maybe the beginning of second quarter. Hey, thank you for the like. It's greatly appreciated. White Rambo, what's going on, brother? What's truly great, and what some people might ask, hey, why Stiffler? Why 17.4? Why go with these slides? And the reason being is that we are using 17.4 stainless steel. It is harder. Not do that one. This is a heavy bar. I wonder if the turntable can handle it. But it's harder than 416. It's more corrosion resistance. It's got more chromium in it. And it's also preheat treated. So Stiffler Manufacturing does not have to send, when we finish milling this out, we do not have to send our slide off to be heat treated like a lot of other companies do. Downside, 416 or 17.4 stainless steel is harder on tooling. That's not a problem for you, it's a problem for us. So we deal with it. We break tools, we make good product out of it, and we just eat it from, breaking the tools. Because 416 is softer, it's easier on tools. That's not to say that 416 isn't good gun steel. A lot of barrels are made out of 416, a lot of slides are made out of 416. 17.4 is just better. Hey, Safety Strap, what's going on, man? Yeah, if you want a slide that's going to last longer, if you want to make a slide that's going to be able to have more design features into it, even do crazy stuff like this over on the breech wall there, 17.4. Some of you might have seen some companies in the past where they've used, less than quality steel, and there's YouTube videos out there of them being at the range and their slide is cracked. That's because they're using something less than 416, or they are using 416, but they have too many aggressive cuts on it, and the steel can't handle it. So 17.4, yeah, it's the way to go. And it's not just us using 17.4. If you're looking for name brands that are using 17.4, Azoku, how's it going, man? You're looking at Zev, Zafiri, Grey Ghost, the old Brownell slides before they switched over to 416. They are all using 17.4 stainless steel. Same as us. Azoku, hitting the nail on the head there. Yeah, there's plenty of imagery you can look up of it, plenty of videos. Feel free to look it up yourself if you don't believe us. Some companies, they use some lesser quality steel, and they went too aggressive on the cuts. So, if you're asking yourself, why Stiffler? Why go with 17.4? Durability. Durability and quality. On top of that, as you can see, it has an optic on it, right? We don't sell optics, but all of our slides come optic cut ready. Trijicon RMR flat. So your Holosun 507C, your Siley Optics, Wolf X Pro, Wolf DDG, your Gideon Optics Omega Red Dot, anything Trijicon RMR, it'll fit. Yep, certified 17.4. 28 to 32 Rockwell, good hardness. Steel will survive pretty much anything you're going to do to it, unless you're being crazy or purposeful on your damage. I mean, if you go take a hammer to it, that's your business. Which one guy did. Not in one of our slides. I watched him do this to a Zev slide, and he took a hammer to it. Don't know what the heck he was thinking on that one. But another thing, why Stiffler? Hey, thank you for the like. Greatly appreciate it. Focus, what's going on, brother? Is another why Stiffler. The RMR plate. That RMR cover plate is aluminum. Tin coated. Black titanium nitride. Other companies are using plastic. Those plastic cover plates crack. They break. Go with aluminum. We don't have anything quite that shiny, but you might be interested in the shimmer aluminum. H-Series Cerakote. Gives it that kind of raw metal look. But we don't have anything like, say, nickel plated. That would be kind of cool, though. And we're also running our President's Day sale. It goes on until the 17th. 17th will be the last day. 15% off all slides. SM19, 17, strip slides, complete slides, any color. Whatever you see on the website, that's a slide, 15% off. Really shiny. Oh, man. You might want to reach out to Wolverine Arms. They have a few of our slides that they polished and then gold plated. Yep, we sent them a few slides. They polished them up, then plated them in gold. They might be able to do something. Midnight Bronze Cerakote. We have burnt bronze, and we have a couple copper options. But let me take a look at the Cerakote website here. We might be able to do a custom order. Let's see, filter by bronze. What are we looking here? Midnight, you said? Midnight bronze. That looks a little similar to burnt bronze. A little darker, maybe. So this one here is our burnt bronze. Now would be the time for it, Focus. So I want you to let me know what your range day is going to be like, man. Want to make sure you're 100% taken care of. But yeah, this midnight bronze looks like the burnt bronze, maybe a little bit darker. Maybe a little bit burnished. Not bad looking. Not bad looking at all. Black chrome finish for the 19. We don't do chrome, but I'm sure there's other companies out there. What I want to find is other companies that do their own custom work, and we can send them our raw slides and they can do some awesome stuff. Like Wolverine. He took some of our raw slides, polished them up, gold plated them. They looked amazing. Some other companies, they've done their own engraving on some of our slides. Looks amazing. Well, if you don't want to spend on a Glock, you can always get a PSA frame because they have their President's Day sale going on. Get one for $50. Pick up a Stiffler slide for anywhere from $150 to $300, minus 15%. And I'd say that's a pretty good budget build right there. And then, of course, you can upgrade later. White Rambo inscribed on it. That I don't think we can do. Not yet, anyway. Sometime in the future. Though our slides are going to, and I don't have an example with me right now, but our slides are finally going to have the Stiffler logo milled onto them, along with the model number. So SM19s, SM17s, SM26s, 43X, they will be milled onto the slide. There are still a few companies out there that are white labeling our product. So that is going to end that. And people will be able to positively identify, hey, that is a Stiffler slide. But maybe sometime in the future, we'll get a laser engraver and we can do that custom work for people. Who knows? We'll see how we grow. 2026, it's going to be an interesting year. I can tell. SHOT Show seemed real positive. So we just got to see how we're growing this year. And by all means, feel free to ask questions, make comments. Real free-forming here, guys. And of course, please like and sub. It would be pretty cool. Get something engraved. But like this is what it's going to be like. Imagine it. Stiffler Dragon and then SM19. Milled right here. Zoku, thank you very much, man. I always appreciate those likes. Anything to help the algorithm. By the way, heads up. More than a few 2A channels, so if you've got a favorite out there, are being restricted by new YouTube rules. If you had some reloading channels you liked, they're getting hit. Anybody who touched ammo, they're getting hit. So watch out for those new YouTube rules. They're coming after the 2A again. That's where we get you, Rambo. That's where we get you. Multiple projects. But you only need just one more gun. Just one more, as always. Good morning and welcome to the live. Welcome to Stiffler Manufacturing. If you're new, pop a like in there, ask a question. We'll do our best to answer it for you. If you're old, what the heck? Why didn't you say hi? Maybe they're just shy. Everybody wants a piece of the Stiffmeister. They just don't know it yet. Oh, some possible news, because this is going on in March. We might be going to the Freedom Festival in Arizona, sponsored by Gun Owners of America. It's in Phoenix, Glendale Civic Area Center, but we might be going to that. No promises. If we can swing it, if nothing comes up, yeah, we might go to that. Yeah, YouTube can kiss my Stiffler, so to speak. Reddit too, and Linktree. Too early to do a booth. Booth's like 200. Too early for us to do a booth, but we would like to go to the event if we can. Like we went to a gun show yesterday here in Arizona. We popped down there with Desert Armory and more, checking out a lot of booths. Good stuff. Right on. I did a Rumble Live this morning. This is my YouTube Live. Not going to stay on crazy long unless you guys get all crazy commenting with me. But if you have final questions, by all means, we're hitting that half-hour mark. Unless all of a sudden people pop in here and start asking questions, then I'll stay on longer. But we are doing our President's Day sale. 15% off all slides on the website. And I do mean all slides on the website. Part of a regular meetup. It is being held in Jacksonville, Florida in June. Man, if we were still in Florida, we'd go to that. We were in Florida when we first started the company, but then we moved back to our home state of Arizona. Yeah, if we were near that, we absolutely would. Yeah, a lot of people, they've like, man, we didn't know you were in Florida. And for like the first 6 months or so of the business running, we were in Florida. And then we started moving everything back to Arizona. And we just, at the time, we were so busy focused on the business, we didn't realize how many people that we would meet later online or even in person were in or near the area we were in. What makes going to SHOT Show so easy for us is that it's literally in Nevada, and we're in Arizona, so we just drive there. I wish GunCon was a little closer. We might travel to it. Ah, yes, the gators, the insects, but of course, the scantily clad ladies. No, Florida's nice. Definite nice to visit. It rains freaking constantly. Stark contrast from Arizona. Oh, nice. True, the roads were nice. I don't know about Freedom. Florida still had, as I recall, the open carry fishing thing. So they do need to work a little bit on their 2A. But they were going great in other spots. Doing very great. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is probably where I'm going to cut it. Thank you guys so much for popping in this morning. Just doing a little quick morning live before I go off and do other stuff for the day. But thank you for checking out Stiffler Manufacturing. Give our President's Day sale a look. It's 15% off all slides, stripped and complete. And as always, stay 2A every day.